Wife invited me to her office party just to humiliate me. What happened next destroyed her. I never thought the woman I loved for 8 years, the one I gave everything to, would one day treat me like a joke. But that night, at her office party, when I walked into that room full of polished executives and fake smiles, I realized my wife, Claire, didn't bring me there as her husband, she brought me there as entertainment. It all started a few months before the party. Claire had recently been promoted to senior marketing manager at a big firm. She began dressing differently, staying out late, talking about her colleagues like they were her new family. I didn't mind at first, I was proud of her. I was a mechanic, working long hours at my small repair shop, covered in grease and engine oil most days. I didn't have the polished look of the men she worked with, but I always believed love was about loyalty, not appearance. One evening, she mentioned the company's annual gala. "You should come this year," she said casually, her eyes glued to her phone. "Everyone's bringing their spouses. It'll be fun." I smiled. "Sure, sounds great." She didn't even look up. "Just wear something nice, okay? Maybe not one of your work shirts." That stung a little, but I brushed it off. I didn't realize that sentence would echo in my mind for days. The night of the party, I spent hours making sure I looked presentable. I even rented a suit. When I arrived at the hotel ballroom, Claire was already there, laughing with a group of her coworkers. The moment she saw me, her expression changed. She forced a smile, the kind you give when someone shows up uninvited. "Oh, you made it," she said, brushing my cheek with a kiss that felt like a formality. Her coworkers turned to look at me, some smirking, others trying to hide their laughter. "So this is the famous husband we've heard about," one of them said. He was tall, confident, and far too comfortable standing next to my wife. Claire chuckled. "Yes, this is Mark. He's a mechanic." The way she said it, slowly, like it was something to be embarrassed about, made my chest tighten. The group laughed softly, pretending it was all in good humor, but the condescension was clear. Throughout the night, Claire made little comments. "Oh, Mark wouldn't understand that, he's more of a hands-on guy." Or, "Don't mind him, he's not used to fancy dinners." Each time, it felt like a dagger twisting deeper. I tried to smile through it, sip my drink, and not make a scene. But inside, something was breaking. Then came the moment that changed everything. During the toast, her boss, Mr. Reynolds, raised his glass to congratulate the team. Claire took the mic to make a short speech. I was proud at first, until she started talking. "I want to thank everyone who's supported me this year," she began, her tone confident and playful. "Especially my husband, who's here tonight. He might not know what an ROI or a marketing funnel is, but he sure knows how to fix a car engine." The room erupted in laughter. She smiled proudly, basking in the attention. I just sat there, frozen, my face burning. She didn't even notice the humiliation on my face, she was too busy entertaining her crowd. After the speech, I quietly slipped out. I couldn't take it anymore. But I wasn't going home. That night, I made a decision. I wasn't going to let her or anyone else make me feel small again. The next few months, I poured every ounce of energy into my business. I stopped waiting for her approval and started focusing on myself. I expanded my repair shop, hired more staff, learned about business management, and even began collaborating with a local car company. Within 6 months, I landed a contract that changed everything. My small garage turned into a recognized service center for hybrid vehicles. Meanwhile, Claire's life wasn't going so well. Her overconfidence had gotten the best of her. Rumors started spreading at her office about her friendship with her boss, the same man who used to mock me. Eventually, her boss was transferred due to an internal investigation, and Claire's reputation took a nosedive. One evening, she came home to find me sitting on the couch, reviewing new business proposals. She looked exhausted, her once glamorous self reduced to a shadow. "Mark," she said softly, her voice trembling, "I messed up." I looked at her calmly. "Yes, you did." Tears welled up in her eyes. "I didn't realize what I had, I was stupid. I let people make me feel like you weren't enough." I sighed. "No, Claire. You didn't let people make you feel that way. You chose to." She fell to her knees, crying, apologizing, begging for another chance. But something inside me had already changed. I'd spent too long living in her shadow, trying to earn her respect. That night, I realized I didn't need it anymore. I forgive you, I said finally. But I can't be with someone who only values me when others don't. She moved out a week later. The day she left, I felt peace, not anger, not sadness, just peace. A year later, my business had grown even more. I was invited to a local business award ceremony as a guest speaker. I stood on that same kind of stage she once used to humiliate me. But this time, when I spoke, it wasn't to show off, it was to inspire. I ended my speech with these words: never let anyone make you feel small for being who you are. Because sometimes, the people who laugh at you today, will be the ones wishing they had your strength tomorrow. As the applause echoed around the room, I saw her in the back, Claire. She was clapping, tears in her eyes. And for the first time, she wasn't laughing at me. She was realizing what she'd lost. That night, I walked out with my head high, not as the mechanic husband who once got mocked, but as the man who rebuilt his life from the ashes of humiliation. Because sometimes, revenge isn't about destroying them. It's about rebuilding yourself so beautifully that they destroy themselves watching.